obviously thanks for joining me. So for anyone that doesn't know you, sort of introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Aaron Chadwick. I am the founder, managing director of N6 Studios. N6 Studios is a digital solutions agency. So what we do is specialize in marketing, development, and that's from CRM systems, automation systems, websites, plenty of things really. Anything digital and online within that space we kind of take care of.
Okay. Have you got sort of a core service offering that it is you focus on, or?
Yeah, so we've kind of moved things around in the business a little bit. It started off as just websites helping small businesses, and as we've evolved, we've kind of moved towards SaaS. So we've started building SaaS platforms for people. We've got our own in development that we're launching very soon. It started off as a CRM, and it's kind of turned into an operating system. So really, that's kind of our core now. Trying to get subscription-based SaaS, SaaS platform that we're putting together.
Okay, so for anyone that doesn't know SaaS, just talk to a little bit about that.
Okay, so for example, like a CRM. I won't drop any of the competitors' names, but I'm sure a lot of people have used the CRM. So a place where you keep all your database. If you have a sales team, it's to monitor your sales progress, have all your data for your customers' details, email, name, number, etc. And then you can look at the progression of how that's going on. So whether you've contacted them, whether you need to contact them, if you have contacted them, what part of that sales process are you in, if it is sales related. And that's kind of what we started off doing. With the websites, they're moving over to the CRM. It was helping people manage their pipelines, okay? Because I think automation is huge, and it's where a lot of businesses fail. And I know this from experience as well. So when we was focusing on trying to grow our business and was getting more customers in left, right, and center, I started to realize that our back end was looking quite messy. So I was talking to 101 different customers a week, and there was a name here, a name there, and you kind of like getting a bit confused with it. Was first running off Excel spreadsheets, and I know better than that because my background has been sales for the last 20 years, and all I've used is CRM systems. So we kind of tied it up in-house first, realized how successful it was working for us, and then started offering that out to our customers, just rebranding the CRM that we built for ourselves. So yeah, a SaaS platform is somewhat, there's so many different ways I can explain it, but yeah, it's a subscription-based platform that helps automate the side of your business.
Yeah, and that's something that not a lot of people are doing at the minute.
So I think a lot of people are doing it, but a lot are not doing it correctly. Okay. Or they're using like CRM systems are quite cookie cut effect. They found that it works for majority of people in that within a certain industry or whatever it may be. And let's say, okay, they're having 60% success rate. So they'll tailor the CRM towards that 60% because that's where the money is. But then there's that 40% that are signed up and they're not using it correctly, or it's just not a good fit for their business. I mean, let's say if you're a car sales business, okay, it's going to be a completely different setup if you was doing maybe a sales business on, I don't know, machinery or something. It's going to work different because your CRM can also be plugged into your website. So when you're editing anything on your CRM, that can be attached to your site. It shows the cards, for example, that you have in stock now with all the details and things like that, where the other side of it, they might not want it attached to the website. It's purely just for organization in the back end, so people understand where they are with their pipelines, etc. But if you just take one and then give it to two different people, they're going to use it in different ways or neglect certain things that are on there. I think training is quite important as well, and giving people an understanding. So what we did is kind of stripped that back. We've used AI in a smart way to try and reduce the friction on admin in certain areas, as all CRMs are supposed to. But we've also tried to use AI to help us design the workflow for customers without them just giving them a fixed thing and saying, here, that's what you're using now. Figure it out. Okay. The way that we've used AI is our operating system allows customers to tailor the workflow to their need.
Yeah, I guess obviously making it bespoke, that's sort of what sets you guys apart. And the fact that you use AI to do that, that's the bit that companies aren't already doing.
So there's two ways that we can consider ourselves as being bespoke as well. So a customer can come to us and say, I need XYZ of a system in order to do this, so it works, and etc. Okay, and then we can go, okay, brilliant. And then me and the team will go away. We'll take a look at what we can do, what we think will work best for them. We're always back and forth with the customer to ensure that we're on the right path. And then we bespoke something to their exact needs, right? From the ground up, code it fresh. Okay. Then there's the other side of it as well, where it's not so much bespoke, but the way that we've utilized AI on the system that we've built for ourselves in order to roll out to customers, it almost becomes bespoke because we have, I'm trying to tiptoe around it without giving it away too much because the launch isn't here yet. It's going to be launching in a few months' time. So we've had a few setbacks on some things, and I just don't want to give away too much. But yeah, so basically, trying to say it in a nutshell, our AI system allows people to go on to the same platform as every Tom, Dick, and Harry that are using our system, but the AI allows it to manipulate the workflow and change it. It could be a pest control business or the car sales, like I was saying, two completely different businesses that are going to use that system in different ways. Now, what we did is built, let's say, 100 modules. Now, that car sales one might only want to use 5 of those modules, where the pest control business is probably going to use 20, 30. Okay. You've got things like when they turn up on site, they need to be able to track their people that are out working for them, their staff on the van, track the van. The devices need to be tracked where they are in the location in the house, whether it's commercial or residential. They need to fill in reports, health and safety. There's all kind of risk assessments that they have to do when they get on site. And basically our system, when you sign up to our system, you'll be able to tell it what your business is, and AI will configure it to make sure it fits your business. Okay. So essentially that becomes bespoke in so many words, but yeah.
It's a complicated one, but I guess ultimately the selling point is that it works for each individual customer. And it's not just cookie cutter like the pre-built CRMs that are already out there.
Yeah, because I feel like as well, some people get lost in the mist of a CRM because there's some amazing CRMs out there. Let's say they've got the 100 modules, like I said. If they're showing you all 100 modules and you only need 5 of them, you're rummaging through all these different functions and modules within the screen, and you're like, oh, some people just shut off. It's too much. I've always said in the politest way, I say to my development team, we build for professionals that act like children. Okay. I want to give the most professional service. Okay. I want us to have the best in order for a business to grow in the greatest way, reduce the friction. So reducing the admin, increasing productivity. But I want it to be really simple. I think it's so important as well. I mean, you go to Sandra in admin. She might be 55. She's probably only ever sent emails and a few WhatsApp messages to her grandkids. Do you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden she's getting chucked in this pool of tech, and it's a bit overwhelming. So I've said, look, we need to make it as smooth and simple as possible. So we build like it's for children, but make sure it's successful for professionals. And that's kind of the way that we're going with things. That's I wouldn't say it's an ethos, but yeah, it's how I like to push the team.
Definitely. I think even just speaking from personal experience, I've had it before where in my recruitment background, I've used a few CRMs, and it's very much when you're not a tech person, it's like a whole database that does all these different things and you don't know how to use it properly. So Is there anything that you guys do at N6 when you're creating these different systems for different companies? Do you sort of show them how to use it? Is that something that you offer? What's your sort of solution to that problem?
Yeah. So when we started off really small, you do everything and anything for your customers. I mean, we had a customer over in Turkey, in Kuşadası, right? And I was like, I'm jumping on a plane and I'm coming over to see you and I'm spending a week with your team and I'm going through it. Bearing in mind, the development team had built this and I was there with them at the side, okay? But I wasn't full part of the process, as in, I know I'm putting that button there and this there and that. So the development team worked so quick. They turned this CRM system around so fast. It was for, how can I explain it? It's like a property management system, okay? So I'm like, right, I've never done property management, so I need to learn property management, and I've got like 4 days to learn it, okay? And then the system goes live, and I'm like, right, okay, now I've got 2 days to learn the CRM, so I'm trying to get my head around it. And then I just threw myself in at the deep end, and then I jumped on a plane, went out there, and I sat and shown them, okay? I love that stuff anyway. I do. I mean, that's why I got into business. Jumping on planes, going seeing faces, meeting people.
Being hands-on.
Yeah, I love being hands-on. Teaching them how to use a system that we've built for them. I take some pride in that. I love it. It's quite exciting. So to answer your question, yes, we do offer like training and support and management, and our support is ongoing, okay? If there's ever an issue, like a coincidence actually, the one I'm talking about messaged me this morning. When they're downloading their Excel sheets, it's kind of a fixed sheet that they're getting, like a cost sheet, and they can't manipulate the columns. Okay, so very simple fix, gone back to the team within an hour. They've had it sorted, rectified, boom, sent back over. We do ongoing support. We'll change things. There's always, when you build bespoke, you don't know the errors until you come across them. So we can build it from our perspective, but unless you're full-time using the system and go, oh, that'll be better if it's like that. That'll be better if it was over here. So that's what we do. So it's kind of a learning journey with the customers we go on, and that's why we offer that long-time support. But what I'm trying to do as a business now is move towards the SaaS, more subscriptions, and then take feedback from the customers as we go along and change things and update, etc. But again, reflecting back on what I said, we're trying to build with a child's mindset. So it's really simple. I want to reduce that friction as much as possible, so there is no questions. How do I add a customer? Well, that big button that says add customer. It doesn't need to say anything technical. I think this is where a lot of companies go wrong. They start putting fancy words in for basic functionalities. Do you know what I mean? Customer acquisition, this and what. Just put add customer or something and keep it really simple. So yeah, to answer your question, that's kind of what I'm trying to do. We want to make it smooth and simple as possible for customers to go on, so we don't get inundated with hundreds of silly questions all the time, where I'm having to expand the customer service department just to answer silly questions. If we get it right from the beginning,
it's better for everyone.
Yeah, we're not going to get it all right, but this is where you take the feedback from people. Every few months, we go around, send an email, ring a call. How are you doing with your system? Is everything okay? Is there anything that you'd change? What's the customer service like? How does this work for you? Can we change it? What would you do? And we just get as much feedback as possible. Rather than them chasing us, we get to control the narrative of how it plays out then, rather than getting it inundated. Oh, here's your system, leave it. We'll just wait for a call regarding a problem. We kind of reach out and say, is everything working for you? What would you change? Because then we control that time. We can manage it better. I think it's quite important. You don't want to get swamped with 50 emails in 1 week when you're at the peak of doing like a huge project or something, or moving, building and this, and then all of a sudden, boof. And I think that's, it does, them things I've learned from experience swallow a lot of your time, and they don't make you money. It just, it keeps the retention of your customer, keeps your customer happy, which is good. It's not making you money when you're just managing work that's already been paid for.
100%. Okay, so we spoke a bit about the actual services that N6 provide. Talk to me a bit about that business journey then. Obviously, you set up the company. When did you set it up?
Initially, I set it up in 2016, right? And it was, so this is really, really personal for me, okay? And so it was my granddad Fred, right? And I was sat with him at his house, and anybody that knows me knows that I have tried everything, okay? Like I'm one of these where I'm like, I don't want to do a 9 to 5. Don't want to work for somebody. I don't want to make somebody else rich. I have done, and there's nothing wrong with doing that, okay? I just have my own vision and my own dreams and aspirations in life, and that was kind of my drive. I don't want to work for somebody. I want to work for myself. Whether it's going to make me a millionaire or I'm just going to be able just to pay my mortgage, right? I just want to work for myself.
Yeah.
So I've had this for years where my granddad is old school. He's gone to work, paid his mortgage, gone to work. Do you know what I mean? And he used to say, if you can't afford it, don't buy it. Nothing was ever on finance or anything like that. So my way of life was probably a bit different to how he would have planned for his grandson and been like, all right, you need to just get your head down. But he was always really supportive. So anyway, one day I was sat with him and he was like, so what's your passion? What do you enjoy doing? And I said, okay, I'm at crossroads at the minute. Don't know what to do. There's this. I like doing graphic design. And that's what I used to do. In Nottingham, people know me for doing graphic design for CD covers for local artists and things like that. And I was doing bits for people's websites and social media when it started getting big. And I quite enjoyed doing that. And it was like a side hustle for ages. And he said, start taking it serious. Can you make a business out of it? I said, I think I could. He said, well, go for it then. Register yourself a limited business and go for it. I was like, all right. So I started and it went pretty well at first. And then I got like a job offering to go move abroad and go work for somebody else, right? But it was a good offer. So I decided to just leave. N6 kind of just got left dormant. It was just doing nothing. So I closed the business, but there was this niggling thing in the back of my head always. Like my granddad used to ask me, oh, how's business going? And I just used to tell him, yeah, it's going good. I didn't have the arts to tell him. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, fast forward a few years later, last year my granddad passed away at 101. Right?
Yeah.
Legend. He was a legend, right? It's 101. Can all get upset.
That's
no one
amazing.
likes.
You can get to that age.
Yeah, I know. And he still had all his faculties right up to the last moment. I promise you, the guy is an absolute legend. And I don't reflect on it in a negative way. It's upsetting, of course. But I just think 101, he had a great family around him, loving family. He was the best granddad. He's seen grandkids, great grandkids.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And my kids knew and loved him and all this, and it's lovely. So anyway, something happened where my partner got asked if, do you know anyone that does websites, or mentioned about a business? And she said, oh, my partner can do websites. Mm. And she bought me this customer. And while I was in talks with this customer, my granddad obviously passed. And then literally like the next day, boom, this customer was like, all right, I want to go for it. And then from that came another one about a week later, and then another one. And it just kind of escalated. Like from there, it just went crazy. And I was thinking, like, everyone has them superstitious thoughts in it. And I was thinking, okay, is that my granddad doing that? Like, so I thought, whether you think like that or not, and I'm not very superstitious or spiritual person, however you want to call it. I'm not. But that was like, it hit home a bit. So I was like, whether it is or it isn't, whether I feel that way or not, just in my granddad's honor, I'm going to put all into this. Yeah. So I did. And from then it just like flourished. And it was like, great. So when I started off, I told the story on a video on my social media, and that kind of just expanded and went from there.
Yeah.
I was telling people the story. I told customers the story, because it's not like, oh, it's a story. I want you to understand that.
Yeah.
It's a proud thing for me. I'm quite passionate about it. So when I told my customers, they understand what's behind the drive for me. So they know I'm going to deliver
Yeah.
because I'm doing it in my granddad's name in my eyes.
Yeah.
And I can't tarnish that. So everything I do for my customers, for myself and for my customers, is with like 100% effort. I need to execute this with like precision and make it work. My purpose is not just to build a website and go, oh, there's your website gone. I build a website for somebody and I want to see them succeed. Because if I can make a business succeed, I was a part of that journey and I can reflect back on that and think, yep, cheers, granddad. Do you know what I mean? So that was the start of N6. And like you can see, I can talk about him all day. I love it. It's a great thing for me to reflect on. It's a great drive and yeah.
I think it definitely helps when there's like a personal reason behind things. It just gives you that extra level of like, you need to do it now. I think I can relate. So my first client with Prime was actually my dad's company. So he sort of put that trust in me and was like, okay, go and do it. Like you can do it. And he was my first proper client. And it's once you know that you've got that backing and it is from your family and they are like there and supporting you in whichever way, you know, if they're a client or if it's just like a personal memory like yourself. It's not to be underestimated. I think the power that can have.
Yeah, no, you're right. Exactly. And it is good. It's a good mindset to have. And like I said, you get something that you're really passionate about, like it becomes the fuel for your vision. And I just keep it in the mind all the time. But like I say, it's not just centralized to myself. It's I make sure that passion and energy carries through to my customers' work as well, because I want them to succeed as much as I do, because their success obviously generates my success as well. So it's good. Yeah.
So obviously you've been going with N6 for a while now. It's started to pick up. It's got to a really good point. Would you say that you're currently scaling the business? Are you still actively growing?
So coming to the end of the year 2025, it quiets down. People are preparing for Christmas and things like that, and they're watching the budgets, and the budgets are going on Christmas parties and things like that, and they put it down as marketing and all that. So it kind of quietens down, which it worked two ways for me. Okay, worked in my favor, and then it didn't. Okay, so I think I had such a full-on year. I mean, I wasn't sleeping. Like I was doing the 3 hours a night sleep average. Okay, I was working till like 4 a.m. I'd wake up a few hours later and just be on it all the time. Plus, sometimes maybe 3 days of the week, I was doing a full-time job in order to fund the vision. I did that for a solid year. And I was like, sometimes I was working nights, getting in, doing N6, managed to get to sleep for a few hours in the evening, and then push again with N6, okay? So then I said that I needed a break, and then we went away for a bit and did some traveling around Southeast Asia. And business kind of was good while I was there, and then went quiet for Christmas. And I was panicking, thinking, what am I going to do? Christmas is here, money's not coming in as much as I'd like it to. My customers were all happy, but they didn't want to do any marketing. They were slowing it down. And then I thought, okay, this is a great time. Instead of thinking, oh no, like business, I need money. I thought, okay, it's enough to keep myself stable. Let's look at the areas now where I can improve. Now it's freed up some time for me. I can sit down and go, okay, this is working, that's not. I need to focus on this and do that in order to get to this. And I started goal setting. I started putting things in place, really stripping my business down and looking at it, seeing, do I need investment into this in order to push forward with that SaaS platform and etc. So I did. And then what I did was me and an old business partner parted ways. And then I bought another one on, okay? And his vision and mine are very much the same and aligned. He has some other businesses and I joined his, he joined mine. We kind of created a group. So it's been good. So it was like the calm before the storm. And now the storm is up, okay? And I'm like juggling so many things, etc. So I was like, okay, we are growing, whether we like it or not now. People have seen the name, they know the branding, it's trusted. They can go and ask somebody they know, possibly have had some kind of service offers, especially within the local area or on the south coast where we originally started, down Eastbourne way. And so we're getting like referrals coming through now, and business is picking up. And it's getting to that point now, yes, we're expanding our database of customers. Now we're having to expand in-house.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to start delegating. Okay, we have a marketing team or whatever. We have a development team. That development team started off as me, then 2 helping me out, and then it went to 5. And now it's 20, and they're doing this bit. They're focused on that. They specialize in that part of development.
Yeah.
Some guys do apps. Some guys are really good at the SaaS platforms. Others are good at front end websites, etc. So we've started delegating now, and I have my 2 guys. I'm like, okay. The reason I got you involved is because I was building simple HTML websites. Now these guys build Next.js and Tailwind and all these fancy kind of codes, the latest and greatest in it. I'm like, you know that.
Yeah.
I don't. I do, but I don't. Right? So I'm like, I want you guys just to step forward now. Here's your extra bonus.
Yeah.
Give you a part of the company, percentage. Now you have an incentive in order for it to succeed.
Yeah.
Manage the team. That's for you to delegate, okay? And get your guys working.
Yeah.
So I talk to them 2 instead of 20.
Right.
That has freed up so much time from me.
Yeah.
Again, with marketing, we strip the marketing down. We have it's just my partner that's doing it at the moment, as we spoke about beforehand. But we're looking at growing that.
Yeah.
And using other services. Yeah. And then that's kind of freed up my time because my background was graphic design.
Yeah.
So I was doing all the graphics myself, and I was thinking, as much as I love it and I really do enjoy it, it's just taking up too much time because I'm a perfectionist as well. I'll be doing a logo. It should take me 30 minutes. It's taking me 3 hours. Right, just because I'll sit there. I'm not, to be fair, I am very quick at doing it, but I just like getting stuck in.
Yeah.
And then once I open that laptop and Illustrator or Photoshop or anything, whatever I need to, I just get lost in that world of creativity. I love it.
Yeah.
So I've kind of reduced that, handed that over. I still do a bits and bobs myself. And then me and my business partner now are focusing on more of the things like the contracts that need to be in place for the subscribers that are going to be using our services.
Yeah.
And also the customers that use our website service or marketing or whatever. And then the contracts internally between ourselves, the business, the development team, this and everything else. So make sure that our IP is completely protected.
Yeah.
So I kind of threw myself into that side of the business where I'm like, okay, don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you now, I don't enjoy any of that. It's like, it's just stress and bores the life out of me, right? But it's a must.
Yeah,
right?
you need to.
Yeah, and if I can tell anybody anything within business, them things are extremely important because you don't want to get a bit further down the line. And I think I kind of put my head in the sand with them bits for quite a while. But now I'm like learning a lot of that. You can delegate certain parts of it, but some of it you need to know your business inside and out. So yeah, we are growing. Our customer database is growing, but internally, I think that's what we're focusing on more now.
Yeah.
Expansion without obviously the detriment to the business, because I think if you expand too quick, you grow too quick.
It has to be very carefully done.
Yeah. And that's kind of what we're looking at the moment. We met a very nice gentleman at one of your events who works for the university. He put something in place, or put something on the table for us where we can use students and things like that. And I thought, what a great idea. We get to give young, energetic, passionate people who are in uni studying that, they're going to want to succeed and drive things forward. Let's give them an opportunity to put the spotlight on them. Show us what you can do. There's a fair rate that we can offer. Keeps our business safe. There's zero contract, things like that. And it's quite a good system. I mean, I would say to other businesses, if you are looking to grow, maybe you can utilize some of that space yourselves with students, because no one's going to work as hard as them, I don't think. They might not have the experience. It's always good to have like an experienced operation manager in a sector of your business, and then you can put a few younger people underneath, just like students that will do the work kind of thing, and they just watch over it.
Yeah.
So that's where we are with expansion at the moment. We're just trying to figure out which way is best.
Yeah. I think you always do run the risk with getting someone experienced in as well, that they are going to come with, experience, whether it's good or bad. You don't know what habits they've picked up or what processes they've come to know that maybe you do a bit differently.
Yeah. And I seen something the other day as well, and I think this is cool. So I feel like if you've put a business together, you've obviously had an idea and a dream and a vision. And then if it's gained traction, it obviously works. Whether it's a couple of customers, it's giving you a few £100 a month on the side, or 10,000 a month, whatever it is, it's obviously working. Okay. So I think people, myself as well, I have that imposter syndrome.
Yes.
I feel like, should I be here doing this? Am I good enough to run these kind of businesses that I now have under this group? And I'm like, go home sometimes, I think, it's a lot of pressure. And I doubt myself sometimes. But then it will get to Friday and I look back on the week and it's been successful. And I have to give my head a wobble and go, what are you talking about? Like, you did this, you did it. So you have to believe in yourself. And I feel like when you say you're expanding and stuff like that, and you get these experienced people in, do you know Chanel? Chanel, I think it's Chanel. I'm sure it's Chanel, right? So Chanel, whenever they get a senior manager in for any of their departments, they're not allowed to speak in meetings for 90 days. So when they sit at the table, shut up for 90 days. You're not allowed to speak. You have to listen. Because the thing is, they already know who you are. Otherwise, they wouldn't have gave you the job. They already believe in your abilities. They don't want you to come here and try and prove something to them. Like you've already won. You've got the job. You've signed your contract. Calm down. We don't want you to come in and rock the boat too much. We want you to come in and learn. Just listen. Learn as much as you can. And then if you see areas that could be improved, then put your input in. Because at least you've got 3 months in the game there to make an informed decision on what you're about to put forward.
Yeah. So
that's their rule. And I thought, that's pretty cool. Because one of my fears is, I know I'm not always right. I'm just never wrong. No, I'm joking. No, but
sounds like me.
Yeah, I know I'm not always right. Okay, and some of my visions can be wild. I can have one idea about this and this idea, and I'll chase all this, and I think, okay, that's definitely going to work, and then it hasn't. Okay, but I know what I have put forward, what I've built. Okay, it has worked. So my fear is bringing somebody in who may be similar to me and think they're right and have all these great ideas and they want to do this to my business. And then my fear is like, what if it doesn't work? Okay. And I've just let this person come in, gave them full control, and then they ruined my dream and it was against the grain of my vision. And I think that's scary for me. And I don't think it's so much like, it's not ego either. Like people will go, oh, you just want control. It's your business and run. It's not. It is my baby. Grew it. Okay. And me and my business partner are on the same page with everything. He's great. Okay. So, but I'm on about more like if me and him bought a senior in to run the operations of the business, and then let's say, like I said, he fails, and then I'm like, oh, because I gave him too much control. And then let's say he comes in and does absolutely amazing. I'm not one of these people where it's like, I'm not going to feel like, oh, he's come in and he's made my business better. It's my name above the door. Okay. That's why we do these contracts and structure everything in place. Yeah. I want somebody to come in and smash it. But I think I do like that Chanel thing. Come in 90 days. I think 90 days is a lot. and they can do it because they're so big.
Yeah.
I think somebody with a smaller business like myself, I think maybe
Might need
just
their
keep your
input a
mouth
bit
shut
sooner.
for
Might need their input a bit sooner.
yeah,
than
yeah,
90 days.
let's just keep it a few weeks or even a month. Like you can talk, but just don't dive in, and I don't want all your mind at the table right now.
Yeah, I think it's definitely natural to want, like, if you've made that business and you've grown it to be successful, it's natural to want a level of control over what happens. But I think that's when it then gets to a point of looking at you for the right training and the right management of, even if it is a senior managers still need management. And that's when it falls on you to sort of hold yourself and your business partner accountable for making sure that they're trained, they understand the vision of the company, and then the trust will come along with that to make sure that you know they're making the right decision for the business.
Yeah. And then I strongly agree with that. And then it's like you have to be really honest with yourself as well in business. Like, am I the best to train them? Or then do I have to go get a trainer in? Do I have to find somebody that's good at training people? And then I think that's another salary we have to think about, putting the PAYE and tax and national insurance and blah, 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 and all that stuff. And then that's where you have to be really careful with growing your business. But then I feel like if you don't, there's no risk without reward, as we all know. And if you don't do that, you'll just never grow. But it's just being really cautious with it. Because I don't think I am the best to train somebody. I'm creative. I have visions for dreams and visions for this. Okay, I think this app could work. Like the operating system that we built, it's called N6 Hub. That was me just sitting there, ADHD out my head, thinking, right,
what can you do?
What can I do? And I started drawing ideas and doing this and just writing things down and then going back and forth with my developers. And I bless them, I think they don't sleep because of me. Well, no, I can't say that because I sound like I'm some they're like slave driver or something. I'm not. They're just quite active like myself anyway, but I message them and it's like I'm back and forth with them all the time. They'll go, that's a good idea. Or if it's not, they'll go, explain this to me. And I'll have to explain it more in detail. And they'll go, no, Aaron, that's ridiculous. I'm like, okay, all right, let's start again. But that's my area. I just need a blank canvas where I can just throw ideas at, but it's always good to have that person to rein you in. Yeah. I've seen something with, he owns Amazon. I can't believe he's who owns Amazon?
I'm going to say Bill Gates, but
no,
that's really
Bill
wrong.
Gates. That is not Bill Gates.
Who owns Amazon? Jeff Bezos.
That's it, Jeff. I can't remember. My mind just went complete blank. So there's like a short clip you'll see. I'm not one for sitting on social media and just flicking through. I don't do this doom scrolling. I just can't do it. But I have seen a few things. We all do watch there and there. And I seen one thing about, he had somebody in, he said the best thing he did was employ great people, like we was talking about. I think it really is good if you grow it slowly. And you have to have them people around you to get you to rein it in a bit and tell you to shut up and just calm down. So one of his things, someone said to him, one of his seniors said to him, if you keep coming up with all these great ideas, okay, your business will fail. Your ideas will be the downfall of your business. Because he was just going, okay, well, I want to do this and give people that and do this and give people that, rather than picking a few of the best ones he's got, focus on that and then drip feed these ideas into the system. Because if you don't, one, your workers get overwhelmed. Two, your customers are going to get confused. Or 1 minute we've got this, before they even start talking about it and build that hype up around it, where people start talking about it on social media or talk about it with their friends and family when they're sat at home or at work. And you build, oh, have you seen that new thing on this platform? Have you seen it does this? Before that hype is up, you throw something else in, so that one thing can get missed, or there's too many things, or it's just like, oh, these lot are just throwing new ideas constantly. Yeah. So this is with our operating system. I'm trying to. My guys say calm down, and I take some of that from what Jeff said. I'm like, all right, I know my mind is like that. When I watched it, I'm like, oh my God, that's me. I hope I hope I get his kind of money.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I hope I build rockets one day. You know what I mean? But I know that's my brain.
Yeah.
Like that's my thing, where I'm just really creative, but I need to rein it in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still want control.
Yeah. No, it's understandable.
In the best way.
Yeah, it's understandable.
But I do want to delegate more. I think it's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I think sort of lastly, going off of what you've just said about the people within the business and the scaling that we were speaking about, you mentioned that it was your partner who sort of brought you that first website client. And then you spoke about having a business partner, no longer working with them and bringing another one in. Do you think that it is ultimately the people within the business that have allowed you to scale, or do you think that it's something you could have done by yourself?
Yeah. So I think for myself, it's really important with people. Okay. I know I need support. I know I need help. And I'd never been able to do it on my own. Even if I just had the developers, I still need them other people in my life. When we're dealing with marketing team, content creation, this, that, and the other, I could do it myself. But again, there's only 24 hours in a day. You got to eat and sleep within that, and then do the rest of the business. It's really difficult. So yeah, I wouldn't been able to scale without people. I see these people that do like web development and they're freelancers and they have their customer database and stuff like that. And I think, yeah, it's great, but I feel like there's only so far you can go with it. I feel like you're going to cap yourself. And I agree with expanding too quick can fail the business.
Yeah.
But I feel like that is the next step. Just bring somebody else on. Help, just take some of that workload off, move a bit forward, bring somebody else on. And then when you start having more people, that's when you can start looking at more senior roles to manage them and delegate to that. And so, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to be where I am now if I didn't expand and it wasn't for the people there. I have an amazing team around me. And it's funny how some of it came along, but I've got so much love and respect for every single one of them. We have become a family, like we have. And we're all from different walks of life, different religions, different cultures. And we're just a mix of so many different backgrounds all put into one pot. And my granddad's the grandfather of it all. And we're a family. And it works so well. And yeah, I would not have been able to do what I've done and be where we are if it wasn't for the people around me.
Yeah. So we've spoken a bit about AI. It is absolutely a buzzword at the minute. Everyone's talking about AI this, AI that. How is it that you're sort of using AI within N6, and why have you gone down that route when, you know, a lot of people are at the minute? What is making it different with you guys?
Yeah. So AI, everyone's using it, okay? And it is great. It's amazing. Whether you like it or not, no one can deny it. It's amazing, okay? Whether it's just for a small article that you want to write, whether you're writing a full book, creating images for this, that, whatever, helping with accounts, even contracts. Our contracts were written on AI originally, and then we sent them over to a solicitor just to touch up and things like that, and that saves you on cost. All kind of things. I feel sorry for solicitors at the minute and anyone in that kind of legal thing, because I think they're having a bit of a tough time. Yeah. But they've been overcharging people for years anyway, so you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't feel too bad for them.
I don't feel that bad for him, no. But yeah, I think the way we're using AI, okay, we're trying to use it where I don't want to be responsible for taking people's jobs. I'm pro-human. I'm pro-work. Get off your ass, go work, earn some money.
Absolutely.
And have a good life for yourself, okay? So I hate people that just sit around doing nothing. Even when you can.
Yeah.
But if you can, don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, or like, yeah, I don't want to get into that too much because
that can be a little rabbit hole, yeah.
Yeah, but you got to just go and get some work, right? And I don't want to be responsible for taking jobs. And when people go, oh, it's all right, you saying go get a job when your system has took over 20% of the market, right? And I'm like, okay. So what we've built is I looked at it and think how can I not swallow someone's position, right, and replace it with AI? How can I use AI to keep that person where instead of like, where it's still beneficial?
Yeah.
So, okay, they might have 100 tasks to do, and a normal person might do 10 on one day, 10 on another, 10 that. Let's say they can do all that 100 in one day, okay? If the work is as simple as it was, but they're doing 10 times the amount, you can still pay that person the same amount of money, right? But because you're getting more work done.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay them anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's just, it's reducing that friction again. If I can reduce admin and increase productivity and still keep somebody in a job, that's good for the business. It's good for the economy. Do you know what I mean? It's pro-human, pro-work.
Yeah.
Right? So the way that we are using AI is literally just to support people.
Yeah.
Okay. There's certain things that we've built in the system that are really good, I think. Okay. So we have an online work coach. So what this work coach will do, will analyze you, analyze your workflow, learn you, understand you as a person. This is something you can turn off. Okay, so I don't want people thinking, I don't want to use that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've seen Terminator. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You could turn this function off. But if you wanted it on, which I think it's great, okay, where you can fill in and say, okay, my name is so-and-so, I like this, I like that, I do this is what my goals are, I want to achieve this, blah, 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 blah. And it will be attached to your calendar. It'll be attached to your CRM side of it. It could be attached to your tracker on the app when you're using it. You can set that time so it turns on and off as well, so you can't be tracked during outside of work hours or whatever. And then that has information, the data to everything within your working hours. So let's say you're a salesperson, okay? You're selling websites. Let's say it's one of my staff. And one of their jobs is quite remote. They're out on the road. They're actually door knocking. They call in, make booking appointments, go door knock, right? Because there's no school like old school, and I think that really works, right? Digressing. So that will build a whole portfolio on you. And let's say your average stats are here, okay? And then one week they drop down to here, and they see that maybe you're making the same amount of dials. You're going out and knocking as many doors, knocking doors and stuff like that. So AI will pick up on that, your work coach, and it can either ring you or send you a message, depending on what you want it to do. And it'll go, hi, Harmony, I can see that your stats are a little bit lower this week. Yeah. Is everything all right?
Yeah.
Is there anything I can help or guide or support you with? I can see that this, like you're not making as many calls this week, for example. Maybe try increasing your calls. Okay. And it can listen to your calls if you want, pick up on your tone, do all those kind of things. And it'll be like, okay, you don't seem like yourself today. Yeah. Your tone's a bit off.
Okay.
You seem a bit flat or something like that. Or you sound great on the phone.
Yeah.
Let's try and understand what else isn't working then. And it will understand the economy and the times and things like that. Okay. We understand that the markets have dropped at the moment and it's December. People are slowing down for Christmas, and it will just give you some support, and we can tailor that. You can explain it like if it's a certain industry, let's say drainage. Drainage is great through winter, goes a little bit quiet through summer.
Yeah.
So we could program that in, or that customer using the system can program that in and say, yeah, it's great through winter, but summertime kind of dries up a little bit. And that can give you some ideas. Okay, so when it goes quiet, why don't you either get somebody who's into sales or do it yourself and ring around these businesses? Why don't you try call an insurance company, see if you can get a contract with an insurance company? Why don't you call local councils and do this? And it will give you ideas.
Yeah.
That's how we are using AI.
Yeah.
I don't want it to take a job. I don't want it to take your in-house accountant away, or your inbound calls. Like our system can answer calls and things like that.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be full AI. To be honest, as much as I love it because of business, I can't stand AI. It's really annoying. When you're on a website and it's like I'm talking to an AI bot,
Yeah.
I don't say nothing other than I want to talk to a human.
Yeah.
I type it straight out. I want to talk to a human. And it'll go, but I can answer. I want to talk to a human, and I don't stop until it puts me through. Okay, we'll get one of our agents on. I can't stand it. I don't want to be that kind of AI business. I want it to support real humans, and things like that, doing real work.
Definitely. I think with the scale that AI has grown to, it is the easy option, if you like, for companies to use it in that sense of what you just said, where it is AI bots and it's not speaking to real humans. But if you can find something where you're using that tool to sort of enhance what you're already doing or allow people, like you say, to increase their productivity, that's where it really makes a positive difference and not just another AI product.
Yeah, it's true. And that's what we're aiming for, really. Just that support. We want businesses to grow, but still keep people in work. I mean, how amazing would it be if the way that we build our systems, and I hope everyone that's building with AI kind of sticks to the same thing. How amazing would it be if productivity increased so much for one member of staff that your business is growing that much, you have to employ more people?
Yeah.
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? And that's kind of the world that I'd like to be in, where AI is helping businesses grow by giving people jobs, rather than taking them away. So that's really what we're focused on.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's everything. Obviously, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me on the show.